Hello, everybody, and welcome back. BJ here from BJ. Can't even say my name. BJ here from BJ Drinks Beer, and it's another Saturday night with BJ. Gonna start this one out with a brand new one from Wanderback. It's Keller Pils, 5% unfiltered German Pilsner, and it's called Automatic. Give you a look at the can here. Right. I don't know if that picked up on my mic. All right. All right, so this one is unfiltered, and as you can see, I'll get a light behind it. It's got a lot of haze for a Pilsner. You don't often see unfiltered Pilsners in the market, but yeah, it's got some haze to it. On the nose. Let's try that again. On the nose. Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm not getting the typical upfront breadiness, sweet breadiness you would expect from a Pilsner. All I'm getting is just like a certain dankness, a certain just hoppy dankness. Let's give it a try. Ooh, okay, that's why. Very, very light on your typical upfront sweet breadiness that you would expect from a Pilsner. Very light on that. Very dank and bitter on the back end. This one, kind of similar to Hugo, but definitely distinct and definitely a different beer. Yeah, I like it. It's got that dirty, filthy dankness to it, and like not a lot of sweetness up front. Very light on the palate. Not very full flavored. I would say it's more of a mild flavor intensity. But yeah, very light on the palate and very smooth and easy drinking until you get that dankness and bitterness in the back end. Yeah. Like I said, very clean, and then that dankness and bitterness hits you on the back end and just really stays with you. I could see throwing back a can of this very fast because that back end bitterness definitely keeps you coming back for more. Yeah, otherwise really straightforward. Not a lot to it. Just that's it right there. Just minimal on the sweet breadiness up front, and just very dank and bitter on the back end. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had this one or anything else from Wanderback Beer Works, why don't you go ahead and drop a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it? This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to try. Maybe you have some questions. Excuse me. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? There it is. If you would like to find this one, you can find this one at Joe Canals in Marlton. Hey, look who it is. Wanderback Beer Works. Yes, Brian. And I love that he loves those dry pilsners. Brian, one of the brewers from Wanderback Beer Works. I mean, they just do amazing work. Um, I'm getting to the plug, but I got to do it now. If you guys haven't had anything from Wanderback Beer Works, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. They're lager focused, but they do a lot of IPAs, and honestly, everything I've had from them has absolutely blown me away. Let me get to the rating. The only reason I'm not going to give this one a perfect 5, it's arguably a little too dry and bitter on the back end. Having said that, everything else about this one is absolutely amazing. 4.5 out of 5. Like I was saying, if you haven't had anything from Wanderback Beer Works, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. Besides this, man, their Helles Lager is the best Helles Lager I have ever had. Hugo, that's a once a week 6-pack for me. It's a hoppy pilsner, excellent stuff. All of their limiteds are amazing, and you know, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what they come up with next. And hopefully we'll get an update on the brewery being built soon. Oh yeah, absolutely amazing. That back end bitterness, it really does just keep you coming back for another sip and another sip. Um, yeah, and that's what you want. That's what that's what you you obviously want people to keep drinking. You don't want them to be satisfied with a couple sips and not keep coming back to it. So it does its job there. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up. Well, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time, cheers. But stay tuned, much more to come. This was absolutely amazing, and I'm really glad I started off the night with it. But coming up, I have Porter from Mudhen. I have a couple IPAs from Ship Bottom, a couple limited IPAs that are out now. What else do I have? A couple from Great Lakes. I have a THC infused coffee beverage, and the Willie Nelson THC seltzer. So it's going to be an action-packed night. I laid out the menu for you, so there's not going to be any surprises. So yeah, looking forward to trying all of these beverages. I might not get to all of these beverages because that's a lot to drink in a short time, but we'll see what happens. All right. I'm going to put this one aside and get set up for the next one. And all of these coasters are so warped, I've spilled on them so many times. Whew. All right. Oh, yeah. It's spooky season. I got to put on the spooky stuff. Sit back, enjoy. I'll be back in just a minute to set up for the next one. All right, so even before I was into craft beer, well, my favorite brewery before I was into craft beer, before I was in the craft beer business, was Ship Bottom, because I went there and just had an amazing time, and everything I had was amazing. And one of my favorite beers since before I was into craft beer was Hoppin' Hazy. Well, this is Hoppin' Hazy with a little twist. This one is Orange Hoppin' Hazy. Uh, it is a 6% New England style IPA with oranges. Give you a look here. So it says our hazy IPA has a creamy mouthfeel with flavors. Oh, well, that's the same thing. They didn't change. They just changed the color in the background. Okay. I'll read it anyway. Our hazy IPA has a creamy mouthfeel with flavors and aromas of juicy citrusy fruits and earthy pine notes. Contains real fruit. I guess that's new. All right. Canned in late August. All right. A little paranoid after last week with that sediment incident, so I'm giving everything a little tumble. All right. Hope it doesn't blow up on me. All right. So yeah, definitely hazy. Not seeing through that. We get a light on it. Oh yeah, that's super hazy. I'm sure the orange has something to do with it, but yeah. On the nose, uh, definitely picking up the orange. And maybe there's a little bit of the hop bitterness peeking through, but yeah, that citrusy juiciness is what I'm picking up. Let's give it a try. Oh, okay. Um, very balanced. At first, the orange flavor feels very dominant, but then the rest comes in and and it balances out really well. Uh, yeah, the orange flavor seems a little strong at first. I wouldn't say too strong, but a little strong at first, but then very quickly fades and balances out. Yeah, very soft on the palate. Very it is definitely very creamy. Uh, Creamy world order for life. Yeah, it feels weird me drinking such a bright beer at this time of year when it's not quite the warmest weather out. But yeah, like I said, this one's very bright. It's got a little bit of sweetness to it, a little bit of bitterness to it. Um, Very easy drinking. A lot of back end, not a lot, but a decent amount of back end bitterness to it. I don't know if non IPA drinkers would love it just because of that back end bitterness, but up until that point, yeah, I could see non IPA drinkers enjoying this. Very citrusy and very thick and creamy, but it doesn't have that orange juice like quality to it that um, a lot of citrusy, better quality IPAs will have. Not saying that this isn't great quality. It just doesn't have that like orange juice feel to it. It definitely feels like. Never mind. I'm very curious as to if they use artificial orange flavor or, well, I mean, it says with oranges. So I'm guessing they did use natural oranges, and it just does kind of taste like that. Yeah, I wouldn't think this is an artificial flavor. because I forget what they're called at the moment, but they have a line of 19.2 ounce, 9% IPAs. There's a pineapple and Orange Sunset. That's what it's called. I know, I'm pretty sure they use artificial orange flavor for that, and I was hoping that wasn't the case for this, but this is night and day between this and that one. Like that one, just you can tell that this one has a lot better quality to it. And that one, yeah, that one definitely you can tell the difference between the natural and the artificial. Yeah, pretty straightforward, like I said. Very sweet and citrusy up front, bounces out very quickly, little back end bitterness, but not a ton. Very soft on the palate, very creamy mouthfeel, very smooth, easy drinking. And that back end bitterness keeps you coming back for more. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm, it makes me smile. And while you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had this one or anything else from Ship Bottom, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe you might want to give it a try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, you can find this one at Joe Canals in Marlton. Rating. I would have to say I definitely prefer the original Hop and Hazy, just straight up regular Hop and Hazy, to this. This I could see having once in a while when I'm in the mood for, but that was one of my favorite beers for a very long time. And this personally for me, it's good, but I can't see myself buying a 4-pack, especially not in this weather. Maybe in the summertime, but if it's the summertime, I'm reaching for Ship Bottom's Blueberry Wheat. Having said that, gonna give this one a 3.75 out of 5. It's just, yeah, the orange doesn't add to the beer, it kind of takes away from it. Oh, it's crazy out there tonight. If you have not had anything from Ship Bottom, I definitely... Let me try that again. If you have not had anything from Ship Bottom, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. You will not be disappointed. Like I said, Hop and Hazy is probably in my top 5 all-time favorite IPAs, if not top 5 all-time most drank IPAs. Hop and Hazy is excellent stuff, but they're seasonals. Their seasonals are where it's at. In the summertime, you got the Blueberry Wheat. Their Imperial Pumpkin Ale and their Oktoberfest Fest beer are amazing this time of year. And in about a month, my favorite, and if you watch me, you know what I'm talking about, the Mexican Stout is coming back. One of my all-time favorite beers. Just absolutely amazing. There's so much going on. It's a dessert beer, but it's so much more. Well, that should be out in a couple weeks, and you'll probably see a few of those on these streams. Whether, you know, it's me just casually drinking one or me actually reviewing it again. But I've reviewed that beer probably like 3 or 4 times. So I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a blind comparison with if I find something that's similar. But anyway, yeah, definitely. If you're in IPAs, West Coast, the Shack is amazing. If you're in New England, Hop and Hazy is amazing. Their lagers are great. Yeah. I can guarantee no matter what you like, you're going to find one you love at Ship Bottom. Well, that's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. but stick around. We're going in. What do I got? I am not drinking that right now. Take a sip of that. Oh, that's a weird mix. Yeah. All right, I guess we'll stick with that for the moment. Whew. Oh, and these are all pints. Not all of them. I think just these two, actually. What else do I have? I have the 2 from Great Lakes, the 1 from Mud Hen. Did these 2. The Willie Nelson and the coffee. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, no wonder my stomach feels like this. It's only been 20 minutes I've been live. I might as well just finish this. Ooh. So yeah, what's new at Joe Canals Marlton this week? Trying to remember. Okay, I'll have to check my personal reference. I don't remember. Well, after the Joe Canal, the new arrivals at Joe Canals video posted on my Instagram this week, we got a new one from Magnify. We got Peanut Butter Mind Over Matter. I think it's an 8% Imperial Peanut Butter Stout. So that'll be on next week's video, but let me see. Oh, yeah. So we got a porter from Manafurkin that I'm definitely looking forward to trying. We got a couple from New Trail, and the new ones from New Trail that we got, like, there's not much variation beer IPA to IPA with New Trail. They're all pretty similar, so I don't see any need to, like, keep getting the weekly release or whatever. We got Mas Fuego from Tonewood. It's 8.2 or 8.3, I forget. Double modern classic IPA. No, classic or modern. Double modern IPA. Classic is the other one. Excellent stuff. If you haven't had it, if you like Fuego, you'll love that. And then we also had a 9% West Coast or classic double IPA from Tonewood, Sundog. And this one, it's so dry and bitter on the back end that you're like, oh my god, this is too much. But it's so, the flavor is so good, and I can't even explain it because it's so dry and bitter throughout. But it's just absolutely amazing, and it's a 9% IPA that comes in the 6-pack, 12 ounce, and every time I've gotten it, I've put back at least 4 or 5 of them. So it's a very dangerous beer. But oh, and then also we got this one, this Keller Pills from Wanderback. Excellent stuff. Let me finish this off. I can definitely see a 4-pack of that in my future. All right. Next up, I think I'm gonna bust out that Willie Nelson John. Yeah, give myself a little break from beer and have a seltzer, non-alcoholic, THC-infused seltzer. So I will be right back. I will go ahead and set that up. Stay tuned. All right. All right. So this next one is a black cherry lime THC infused seltzer, 5 milligrams of THC, 0 alcohol by volume. It's called Willie's Remedy, and it's I guess promoted by Willie Nelson here. There we go. That's better. So it says it's got 5 milligrams of THC equals euphoria. 5 milligrams CBD equals calm. 5 milligrams CBD or CBG equals clarity. And I can't pronounce that. L-theanine equals relaxation. Contains 4% fruit juice, only 20 calories, 5 grams sugar, 3 added. All right. Got like a slight purplish tinge to it, but actually a little more color than I would expect from a seltzer. On the nose. Ooh. Aromas can be deceiving, but this smells amazing. Let's give it a try. Okay. So it's good. That face, that was just kind of a reaction to the lime. Yeah, I guess I didn't describe the aroma at all. Basically just a hint of the lime and mostly black cherry. But way more flavor intensity than you would expect from something like this. Excellent flavor, very, very good flavor. Interesting flavor combination. You see cherry lime a lot, but not black cherry lime, and they're just there's a distinct flavor difference between cherry and black cherry. So it's an interesting combination, and I wouldn't have thought it would work this well, especially with so little sugar. I guess they have just enough sugar in there to, give it flavor. I didn't read the ingredients. There we go. Water, cane sugar. Cane sugar is the second ingredient. Apple juice concentrate. Okay, so I don't know if they're counting the sugar from that. Natural flavors. Dark sweet cherry juice concentrate. There's going to be more sugar there. Clarified lime juice concentrate. Citric acid. Monk fruit. Okay, so that's how monk fruit concentrate. A lot of the THC beverage brands have been replacing sugar with monk fruit, and they're not losing much on the flavor at all, and they're knocking out half, if not 3/4 of the sugar in the beverages. So that's how they can get the sugar so low in this one, using the natural sweetness of monk fruit. Yeah, really interesting flavor combination, but it really works. Um, there's just there's a little bit of an aftertaste to this one, and it's not like an artificially sweetened aftertaste. It's just kind of like I don't know, like just kind of a funky aftertaste. But as long as you keep drinking it, you don't have to worry about that. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm, and it makes me smile. And while you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had this one or anything else from Willie's Remedy, I believe it's called, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe you might want to give it a try. Maybe have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you would like to find this one, I can't currently help you. This was a sample given to me. They didn't even give it directly to me. It just, I was told, hey, someone left you a sample. So I don't even really know which distributor might carry this one, but yeah, this is something I am considering bringing into Joe Canals and Marlton, but got to be straight up. We don't have a lot of room to expand in the THC section, and we're kind of happy with the ones we have now. But there's always a chance if the demand is there. But yeah, so if you're looking for this one, I can't currently help you. Rating. Yeah, I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 5. At first, it's great. And then, about 30 seconds after the sip, there's just this funky aftertaste, which I guess is kind of like the same effect as like back-end hop bitterness, like to keep you to dry out, to keep you coming back for more. This one is, keep you coming back for more to wash out that funkiness. But yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 3 out of 5. What? The black cherry lime flavor combination is very interesting. Definitely enjoying it, but I feel like it could have been better executed. And yeah, there's just too much going on in the background of this one to really be able to enjoy. So this is my first experience with Willie's Remedies, and Willie's Remedy, no S, yeah, Willie's Remedy. What's that? Oh, it's a plus. This is my first experience with Willie's Remedy, and yeah, I'm not really impressed. There's so many THC beverages out there on the shelf, and what's this, 5 milligrams? Like, yeah, what am I going to do with 5 milligrams? So many THC beverages out there on the shelf that are just like, I don't want to say rushed, but like almost like, hey, these guys are making a couple bucks doing this. We should hurry up and do something like that. And it just kind of, there's so many out there that are just mid and aren't very good. And sorry, Willie Nelson, you're one of my heroes and everything, but yeah, just not enjoying this one. Definitely willing to check out more of what they have to offer, but I have a feeling if this one had that weird aftertaste, they're all gonna have it. So yeah. So that's all I got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. But stick around. Still plenty more coming. Maybe not plenty, but what I'm really looking forward to, and I'm kind of saving it for around 10 o'clock. So I'm probably gonna stall a little bit and finish this, and then do another beer, and then what I'm really looking forward to is the THC infused coffee. Tell you a little bit about it now. I don't even remember the name of it, but I just remember it. Okay, so Chilean coffee beans, like legit from Chile. I believe it was Chile. Um, and it's basically an iced coffee, just a black iced coffee with THC, 5 milligrams. But what's unique about this is you dress it up the way you normally would a cup of coffee. I mean, I know you're not going to dump spoonfuls of sugars into it because it's a cold beverage and it won't melt and all sink to the bottom. But maybe simple syrup. I So what I plan on doing is I'm going to have it by itself. I'm going to try it plain, and then I'm going to dress it up like I would a cup of coffee, and see how it is both ways. Because the salesman for this beverage was very adamant that yeah, that's the one that is only that is not warm shelf sustainable. It is fridge only. So I honestly can't bring it in until we like make some space for it. But um, yeah, that is that one. So yeah, I'm gonna try it by itself. Then I'm gonna add a little milk to it because I just drink my coffee with a little bit of whole milk. And oh yeah, I already got past that part. Oh, the salesman, the salesman that gave me the sample that's pitching the brand, it's his brand. Um, Jason, I think his name was. I don't remember. I don't know. I mean, so many people. Um, he said, so the goal is he wants people to like replace their morning cup of coffee with this. It's got actually way more caffeine than a morning cup of coffee would. I think it's got like 225 milligrams or something like that. So it's got a ton of caffeine in it. So it's wonderful that I'm going to be drinking it this late. um, but yeah, he said that like that's the goal. He said, there's different caffeinated. There's different THC beverages that people drink. They don't always have to be like a nighttime thing. Like this one is something. It's got 5 milligrams, so you'll get that little bit of the THC buzz, but it's basically replacing your caffeine, and it's kind of balanced out so that um like you're getting what you need. I don't know how to put it, but like I don't know. I'm sure he's probably going to be tuning in around 10, so I'm sure he would love to hear me talking about this. So I'll just save it. Because next up, uh, trying to decide, I got a porter from Mudhen. I have a Midwest IPA from Great Lakes, and I also have a cranberry wheat from Great Lakes. Really want to drink the porter right now, but something's telling me cranberry wheat. Orange cranberry wheat. All right, Wanderback Beer Works is telling me porter. I got to go porter. When are you guys gonna have a porter? As great as that dark lager was, I am dying for like some kind of like session stout or like porter, maybe coffee porter. Oh my god, that would be amazing. Yeah, yeah. You know what porter it is. I don't have a Great Lakes glass, so yeah, porter it is. I have the Mud Hen glass. Um, I had their what did I have last week? It wasn't their pumpkin ale, was it? Yeah, I think it was. No pumpkin. Yeah, because it was in 1883. I had that off camera. Yeah, yeah. So it had to have been the pumpkin. I love how like the minute these streams go off air, I have no memory of anything that happened whatsoever. Someone will ask me, "Oh, did you try this?" Yeah, I had it on stream Saturday. What'd you think? I don't know. Watch the stream. I legit like. I guess also like I try so many different beverages that I don't want to say they all blend together, but it's easy to just completely forget. Like, oh yeah, I had that. What'd you think? And if it, and I guess you can gather from that if it wasn't that bad, or I'm sorry, I would remember if it was that bad, and I would remember if it was that good. This has gotten a little better as it's like warmed up a little bit, but it's still, yeah. All right, it's porter time. Let me drink some dark beer. All right, be right back. All right. Funny story about this class and these coasters. The first time I went to Mud Hen, maybe 3 years ago, uh, it blew my mind that I was like looking around and I was like, "Where's the merch?" Like I don't see it anywhere. And so I finally asked somebody, and they were like, "Oh, you got to like leave the building and go around the corner, down the block and around the corner." I was like, "Seriously?" And they're like, "Yeah." All right. So I go in, and there's just like one like girl behind the counter, just sitting there like on her phone. It's like, hey, and there's like nothing there to indicate that there's merch anywhere. And I was like, "Do you guys have like glasses or coasters?" And she looks at me like I'm speaking another language. I was like I'd like a glass and some coasters. And she was like, "What?" And so it was just a weird situation. I was like, "Put it this way. I do beer reviews, and if I'm reviewing a Mud Hen beer, I would like to review it in a Mud Hen glass and have Mud Hen coasters." She was like, "Oh, okay," and runs in the back and comes out and brings me this glass that has this little chip in it and these coasters. And she said free of charge. So I don't know. I just thought that would be entertaining. Um, but yeah, so I haven't had a lot from Mud Hen. Wildwood Haze, very, very good stuff. I've had 1883, which is, I think, more of an American style IPA, and that was enjoyable. The Nummy Pumpkin, you would have to watch last week's stream to see what I thought about that because I don't remember. But now, now it's time to try their porter, and porter is one of my favorite styles. So I got high hopes for this one. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. So this one is a 5.5% robust porter. It's called Captain Doug's Porter. On the back, it says Wildwood, New Jersey. Long before our southern New Jersey shore became synonymous with summertime vacationing, it was community built on the salty backs of fishermen, small towns and bloodlines that were forged by the call of the Atlantic Ocean's available harvest. One such man who fished the open sea in order to provide was our very own Captain Doug. Enjoy this classic robust porter and make a toast to make a toast to those who mark the charts for us to follow. I hate it when that happens. Got all over the place. Look at this. I should probably wash this tablecloth sometime soon. So as you can see, it looks like you would expect a porter to look. No need to put a light behind it. You know that's dark. You're only seeing through that. On the nose. This is exactly the aroma you would want from a porter. Very roasty, very rich, and pretty much exactly what you would want. The only thing that worries me, ooh, the only thing that worries me is at 5.5, is it going to have the flavor intensity that I want? And while the aroma is big, it's bold, it's rich, uh, the flavor intensity, the flavor in general, does not always match the aroma. So let's give it a try. Ooh, for 5.5, this one is as big and bold as the aroma would indicate. Very roasty. Um, yeah, they weren't lying when they called it a robust porter. This is everything you would want out of a porter, except for maybe a little coffee. um, yeah, not soft on the palate without being thick. But yeah, just super bold and roasty. Um, very straightforward. I mean, like, this beer knows what it's about, and it throws that in your face. you know, uh, you can always appreciate a very straightforward porter, and this one, yeah, you're getting the chocolate notes you would expect. Um, you're getting everything you would expect from a porter. You're you're getting everything you would expect from like a 7.5% porter and a 5.5% package. This one is bigger than the ABV indicates. Yeah, I mean, I don't carry this at Joe Canals in Marlton, but I am strongly considering bringing this in. This is a very, very good porter. And when it comes to straight up porters, um, on the liquor store shelves, uh, the ones that you would expect to see in every store, the national brands, the supermarket brands, the Founders, the Deschutes Black Butte, the Edmund Fitzgerald by Great Lakes. Um, this stacks up with all of those. This is one of the best straight up porters I've ever had. Thank you, Wanderback, for suggesting, well, not suggesting, but for making this call. Yeah, wow. Um, it doesn't let up. It's bigger than the ABV would indicate. Just because of just how bold and roasty and rich it is. Yeah. Oh, everything's starting to kick in at once. Yeah, and like I said, super light on the palate as well, and a hint of back end bitterness in there too. Um, it kind of gets disguised throughout the sip by the boldness and the roastiness, but there is definitely a little bit of back end bitterness for this one. There we go. If you're enjoying this video or finding it helpful or informative, why don't you go ahead and drop a like? It helps with the algorithm and it makes me smile. While you're at it, why don't you give me a follow? My name is BJ Drinks Beer, and I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've had this one or anything else from Mudhen, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds good, sounds interesting. Maybe it's something you might want to give a try. Maybe you have some questions. Why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments? If you'd like to find this one, there's a good chance this one will be available soon at Joe Canals in Marlton. Rating. I'm really finding it hard not to give this one a 5. My only, and it's very minor, it's a 0.25 of a point complaint. It might be a little too rich and it might be a little too rich and bold and roasty. There's no relief there. There's nothing to break that up. There's no sweetness to it at all. And I'm not saying I want it to be super sweet, but just like maybe a hint of like some kind of, I don't know. But regardless, yeah, 4.75 out of 5. If the richness and the boldness weren't so relentless, it would be a 5. As it is, 5.5%, and I mean, I would think this one is in the neighborhood of 8. Excellent stuff. If you haven't had anything from Mudhen, I definitely recommend you check out some of what you. Bleh. I definitely recommend you check. Am I going to have trouble saying my lines again? If you haven't had anything from Mudhen, I definitely recommend you check out some of what they do. You will not be disappointed. Wildwood Haze, excellent stuff. And that's another one. That's another IPA that I could drink every day. 1883, excellent stuff. That's one I kind of, the style I have to be in the mood for, but still, when I'm in the mood for it, it hits. This one's great. The Nummy Pumpkin, I don't remember. I'd have to watch my stream back, or you could go ahead if you really want to know how it is and watch the stream back from last week. Yeah. Oh, and their Pilsner. Yeah, their Pilsner was really good too. And if you haven't been down to the brewery in Wildwood, New Jersey, I definitely recommend you check that out. It's not quite your small brewery atmosphere. It's a big fat party all the time. So, depending on what you're in the mood for. I personally, the few times I've been there, I really enjoyed it. And I mean, I've heard very good things about the food. I haven't eaten there yet. It's one of the few breweries in New Jersey that actually has food, but I don't want to get into that. But yeah, party atmosphere every time I've been there, but just an absolutely awesome time. The beer is amazing. So if you're in the area of Wildwood, New Jersey, I definitely recommend you check out the brewery. Well, that's all I have for this time. Until next time. Cheers. But stick around. We're just getting started. Oh. Yeah, I'm not going to finish all of this. Some of this is getting dumped. Oof. Oh, we're coming up on 10 o'clock, so I can drink my coffee. Perfect. Whew. All right, I will go ahead and get that set up. It might take me a little longer because I have to bring the milk. But yeah, sit tight, chill, enjoy. All right. So this, been super excited to try. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So it says at the top, 15 milligrams total cannabinoid, but that's not necessarily THC. So yeah, 5 milligrams THC, 10 milligrams CBD, uh, and that thing I can't pronounce, L-theanine. Yeah, original black nitro. That's right. I forgot. It's nitro. Got to pour it hard. Forgot about that. Rapid onset effects may occur within 15 to 30 minutes. Roasted Coffee Co. I'll give you a look. Very, very nice looking can. Active ingredients: help derive delta 9 THC, contains less than 0.3 THC by dry weight. Cannabinoidal, I don't know if I pronounced that right, CBD, and L-theanine. I think I can pronounce that word now. Directions for use: shake can gently before opening. Drink one can and wait 15 to 30 minutes for rapid onset effects to occur. For best results, pour into a glass, obviously. Drink responsibly. Nope. Uh, says, get roasted. The state of our coffee beans, once they've been prepared for a premium small batch production, after you've been relentlessly ridiculed by your closest friend. Oh, okay. All right. So it says, get in parentheses, roasted, adjective, and then the pronunciation. One. So it's like a definition. The state of our coffee beans, once they've been prepared for a premium small batch production. Two, after you've been relentlessly ridiculed by your closest friend. Three, 15 minutes after your first sip of roasted. Okay, that's clever, I guess. 5 calories, which is great. Zero everything except potassium. There's 180 milligrams, 4%. Uh, Serving size is the whole can. Ingredients: water, cold brewed coffee, nano-emulsified hemp extract, L-theanine, and nitrogen. So this is clean and pure, and this is like pretty much just as close as you can get to just straight up coffee. I can't read that. All right, so it's a nitro. Got to remember to pour hard. It's weird that like it's nitrogenated but not carbonated, right? Because it's not like you would expect. I don't know. It's just weird. On the nose, coffee, bold black coffee. Let's give it a try. I'm gonna give it a try first, black, and then I'm gonna dress it up like I would. Okay, so the nitrogenation, it does add like a little bit of aeration. There is like a little bit of effervescence there. I see. I don't really, I don't think it's necessary, but I mean, sure. Um, Excellent flavor. The guy was telling me, the beans are straight from Chile, I believe he was saying. His one of his business partners is in Chile and ships him the beans and um yeah, I mean, this is some of like literally some of the best coffee I've ever had, and there's nothing else literally besides nitrogen gas and hemp extract and L-theanine, whatever that is, um, in this. This is just pretty much pure coffee and THC and CBD. Um, yeah, very similar to that porter I just had. Very bold, very roasty. Um, you got your back end bitterness. It's pretty much you what you would expect from black coffee. But these beans, I mean, this is some of the best black coffee I've ever tasted, honestly. So I'm gonna dress it up a little bit like I would because the guy said he said you can drink it black, but I tell people to just drink it like you would normally drink a cup of coffee. So I'm gonna need to stir that. Sit tight. All right. So this it's a little different because I don't drink my morning coffee cold, and I haven't had a nice coffee since I stopped drinking sugar in my coffee. But this is the could I do this every morning test. There's I believe he said 225 milligrams of caffeine in one of these cans, which is way more than a cup of coffee. So this would definitely like replace coffee, and like he said, that's the goal. Like he said, instead of people reaching for a cup of coffee, going to 7-Eleven in the morning, whatever, he wants them to reach for a can of this, and that's respectable. So, so this is how I would normally dress up my coffee. I guess I there's no need to. It's coffee. I'm not gonna do that whole thing again. But oh yeah, absolutely amazing. Um, I could drink this every morning in place of hot coffee. Um, yeah, I mean, it's just yeah. This is it definitely helps that it's some of the best coffee I've ever tasted. Um, and it's pretty unique in the way of cannabis beverages. There aren't a lot of caffeinated cannabis beverages, but there aren't many coffee cannabis beverages at all. Um, I know Endo does one. I think I may have reviewed it on my channel. I don't remember whether I did or not, but yeah, they have one, but it's 4 milligrams. You know, and that one, like, I mean, granted, it was good, but like I said, this is some of the best coffee I've ever had here. All right. Well, this is my first experience with Roasted Coffee Co. If you have had this one, why don't you go ahead and leave a little something in the comments and tell me what you thought about it. This one sounds interesting. Blah, blah, blah. If this one sounds interesting, it's all starting to kick in. If this one sounds interesting, sounds good, sounds like maybe something you might want to try, maybe you have some questions, why don't you go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you'd like to find this one, I really hope that I can bring this one in. I really hope that this one will be available at Joking House in Marlton. But the problem is, it's not warm shelf sustainable, and I don't have any room in the fridge. You know, like it's a tough situation. But I mean, I would drink a can or two of this every morning. Rating. Straight black or dressed up with a little bit of whole milk. I'm sure if you put a little simple syrup in there, it's going to taste amazing. This is some of the best coffee I've ever had. I wouldn't even care if this had THC in it or not. That's just an added bonus. 5 out of 5. This one is absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'm going to do everything I can to make some room for this in the fridge at Joking House in Marlton. Gonna be all wired now. I guess, you know, I need to wake up a little bit though. All the essential nervous system depressants. I guess I can pour that back into John. All right. This is, yeah, I'm absolutely loving this. This is phenomenal. That's all I've got for this time. Until next time. Cheers. But stick around. Much more to come. Maybe not much more. In fact, not much more, but some more to come. I still have a lot of work to do. And I have to break the seal. And I should probably pour that milk back into the jug. So I'll be right back. Sit tight, enjoy the tunes. What do I got for you? Yeah. Punch. So last beer, cheers, go birds. You know where I'll be tomorrow at 1. It's been rough though. It's been hard to watch lately. Um, they'll get it together, no doubt. But oh yeah, I'm not finishing that. Um, this is so good. They'll get it together. It's been hard to watch. It's yeah. That's all I got. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. Go Flyers. Uh, oh, how'd they do today? Did they? Bleh. Forgot they played today. Oh, 2-1 overtime. Nice. Goals from Cates and Tippett. I like it. Assists from Dvorak, Drysdale, Zegras, and Forrester. Love to see it. Go Flyers. Oh my God, this is so good. And I'm going to be wired now. Wired and buzzed. And even more buzzed. Oh, you know what? Let me save this because I guess the sooner the better, right? Yeah, I could literally drink that every morning. Maybe two. um and honestly, like the 5 milligrams of THC, like I'm not even gonna feel that. Like that has nothing to do with it. It's just that good of coffee. Um, I gotta find room for it. But you know what that means? That means clearing out a whole door, probably of craft beer, for THC beverages. Uh, craft beer is already losing every battle nowadays. In my store. Um, and this would be like a dagger in the heart. This would be rough. But and and honestly, too, they're going to reform in like a couple months anyway. So who knows what the law is going to be in a few months. So, uh, I'm not going to make any moves just yet, but I need to bring this in. Uh, oh, yeah. Let me save a couple sips of that. I'm not finishing this. I'm not feeling the orange IPA right now. I will finish this Mud Hen Porter, and I might take a sip of this later. This I'm definitely gonna finish. But yeah, and it'll probably be pretty stupid, but I might even crack another beer. Haven't decided yet. Nah, nah, I got enough to drink here. I really wanted to get to the Great Lakes. Super excited to try the orange cran wheat, even though it's kind of not really the right season for it. But then I have the Midwest IPA. Ooh, oh man. Um, yeah, I kind of really wanted to get to those, but I think I've hit my limit tonight. I'm not cracking another one. My only concern, like with the cream curdle with the carbonation, I should have saved a little bit black. What do you think? There's a couple heads in here. What do you think? Would the cream, with the milk, it's not even cream, it's milk, would the milk curdle from the carbonation if I were to mix these? Ooh, wine barrel aged wheat beer. That sounds amazing. Okay, that was the answer I was looking for. I would have tried it. I might have tried it, but yeah, no. If that's the case, then no. But a straightforward porter with some of the best coffee I've ever had, like the wheels were turning there. Ugh, ugh. But yeah, so I guess in review, this was absolutely amazing. Very bitter on the back end. Didn't have a lot of sweet breadiness up front like you would expect from a Pilsner. Um, very good stuff. This was better without the orange, and I am not finishing it. I got halfway through. This was funky, and I'm kind of afraid to like take a sip now that it's warmed up a little bit. I really enjoyed this, and you'll probably see that in my store. And this is some of the best coffee I've ever had. So, let me further explain that. So, I drink dark roast. Usually either French or Italian. Oh, you do? Oh, very nice, dude. They are the best brewery in South Jersey right now. They're absolutely amazing. Um, their coffee porter Revolution, very good stuff. They just came out with a dark Mexican lager. It's phenomenal. Their IPAs are amazing. I've had one beer from Tonewood that was less than a 4 out of 5, and that was just because it was just dull. Like I expected more, and they're traditional too. They don't use adjuncts at all. Yeah, dude, definitely check them out. They're up here, man. They're all anyone drinks. Well, not all, but I sell the best selling 6 pack of IPA from South Jersey that I sell is Tonewood Fuego. Um, I forget what I was saying before that. Oh, yeah, alternate ending. It's the owner and head brewer is the former head brewer from Other Half. So everything they do is like super top quality and everything. Yeah. What If, I believe, is one that I've had from them that I really liked. I think that was what it called. What it called. What it was called. Or I don't know. They have like weird names for their beers. I've had a few of them now, and they make very, very good stuff. This, I guess I'll try to take another sip of this. Ooh, it actually smells like very good now. It's not the worst, but I think that's just because I've been drinking dark roast coffee and dark beer. That's what I was saying. So typically when I drink coffee, it's dark Italian or French roast with just a little bit of milk to give it a little bit of color. And this hits the nail on the head. This is, I mean, I don't like getting coffee anywhere other than from my Keurig. um, but I could literally replace the Keurig with this if this was available to me. It would be way more expensive daily, but this stuff is absolutely amazing. Uh, ooh, it reminds me a little bit right before Forgotten Boardwalk closed. They made this like canned iced coffee. Wasn't a beer. It was just a coffee. I have a, oh my God. So right before they closed, Forgotten Boardwalk started making this. There was Classic Black, and there was they did another version with like cream and sugar, and it was very good stuff. It was when they were closing for that 6 weeks. Uh, I just I would just randomly every time I would go there, it was super cheap, so I would just buy a bunch of it, and it was really good. I it replaced my coffee in the mornings, and then like it got pushed to the back of the fridge, and so that's like a year and a half old now. I am not about to open it and try a can. I should probably just throw that right away. But 260? Wow, we had it for like 25. Oh, we didn't even get 2025. 2024, I think we had for like 650, and it sold right away. Like as soon as we got it in, it sold. Um, yeah, that's a steal right there. Oh, best coffee. If you like dark roast, this is the best coffee you'll ever have right here. I'm like sad it's gone. I gotta bring that in. I've gotta find cooler spot for that. I don't even want this, but yeah. Anyway, I think my mission is complete tonight. I banged out almost everything I wanted to, but I hit my limit, and so whoa, wrong button. Yeah, there was a bar near me who was selling 2-ounce pours for $50, like a shot for $50, and I'm sure they went through it like it was nothing. But yeah, that was a weird noise I just heard outside. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, I've got some Madden to play and stuff. So everybody have a wonderful night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Go Birds. Um, I'll see you next Friday because next Saturday. Oh, and I don't have a graphic to plug this. Cheers, brother. Thanks for stopping in, man. I don't have a graphic to plug it, but next Saturday in Mount Holly, New Jersey, PWU presents Haunted, another wrestling show. If you're familiar with BJ and DG Talk Wrestling, we're all about PWU. We're going to be doing a preview show for that on our channel on BJ and DG Talk Wrestling. Yeah, if you're in the Mount Holly area and you're a wrestling fan, or even if you just want to get out of the house and do something, It's going to be such a good show. I would definitely recommend you do not miss this show. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Check out tomorrow at 5. Check out BJ and DG Talk Wrestling's weekly live stream. And we'll see you Tuesday for the review show, and I'll see you back here on Friday. Oh my God, I'm over here. I'm over here plugging everything, trying to get out, and my co-host pops up. What's up? Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Everybody have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you Tuesday. I'll see you Friday. I'll see you when I see you. Until next time. Cheers.